Hello friends, welcome to TechLake video tutorials. This is Ravi. In this video, I'm going to give you more information about Delta Lake features. So Delta is an open source API, Spark API, which will enable you database operations on top of Data Lake. If you go to delta.io, you can find a lot of information about Delta Lake, what is Delta Lake, and who developed this. It's an open source API, and it is available in most of the data lakes when it comes to cloud, Google, Azure, AWS Cloud, IBM Cloud, and Oracle Cloud. And they're having many features, and it's developed by open source, the Linux Foundation team. If you go now, you can find this. Okay, the Linux Foundation team, they started as a open source project in 2019. When it comes to Databricks, primarily we are focusing more into lakehouse architecture. So Delta is enabling you lakehouse architecture, combination of data lake features, warehouse features. That is a lakehouse. So on top of data lake, which it will enable you ACID transactions, scalable metadata management, time travel. It's an open source service or software, audit history, schema enforcement and evaluation, and a unified for batch and streaming process. You can use batch data loads or real-time process, streaming, structured streaming, and enable DML operations on top of data lake. Okay, so today what we'll do, we'll focus more into time travel and audit history. We'll understand time travel, audit history features on top of data lake. So for that, I'm going to take one sample data file, which is available in my GitHub. If you go to my GitHub, there's a Ravindra TAL. This is my GitHub repository. It's a PySpark Telugu. And there's a file name called EMP-CSV file here. Okay, it's a data file. I'll see it in a raw format. I'll show in a raw format. I'll copy this data. And I'll create a data frame. I'll create a data frame. And I'll read this file using spark.read.csv. And I'll specify that file name with a location. So first we need to create this data file, right? So I'll use a gb-utils.fs.put and specify the file name. It's a folder name Ravi and emp.csv. In this location, I'm going to create this data file. When you are creating a data file as a data, use a triple quotes. Okay, this is the data file. So create this data file. Data file has been created, and go and read that. It is available under Ravi employee.csv, and I use a header equal to true, info schema to create a data types true, and null value. So here null is a null value. Instead of treating as a string, treat as a null value. Okay. Now first I'll display the data. It's a data frame. I'll show you the data. So it is having a 15 records and these are our columns. Okay. Now I'll create a delta table by path, delta table by metastore. Delta table by path, delta table by metastore. So this data frame dot write API, and format you can use a delta even without, if you're not using a delta also, by default it creates a delta format, and you can use a mode overwrite or append. Then you can go with the save option, which I'll create inside this Ravi emp underscore delta. Then I'll use a save as table. Then I'll specify the table name. Okay, delta format. The table name I'm specifying like this. So even you can create a delta table by path by metastore. By path means which you can use a save option. By metastore means which you can use this. So table name, specify that in a double quotes. So we are using the overwrite option. Okay, now, so if you read by metastore, the table will be available, which you can go and query this. Select star from the table. Okay, now, so earlier it was failed due to while giving a table name or database name dot table name, you should use a double quote or single quote. So I missed that. That's why it's raised. Now it's an argument, right? We need to pass like that. Now here the table name, it is having a data. You can go and verify the DDL. You can use show create table. So you can, it will generate the DDL, backend DDL. So that is show create table command. This is. So it is created in a metastore, Spark catalog, default database, table name, column name with the data types, using type it is delta, table properties, this default two table properties available. Now, if you want to know more information about this, you can go and verify describe history. You can use describe. So describe history means audit log. So this is the table name. Describe history table name means it will give you audit log like version, timestamp, user ID, username, and the operation and other information it will give you. Job, notebook, which cluster you use. And if you do any operations on top of this, consider if I delete anything, even DML operations are enabled on top of this. I'll delete from this table where department number equal to 10. I'm deleting department number 10 employees data. So I think 3 employees are there. I'll show you the data here. Order by. So I'm going to delete these 3 employees. Okay, first 3 employees, Ravi, King, Miller. Go and verify now. So delete happened, 3 records affected. Now try to fetch the data. So you cannot find that department 10. Just comment this where class and try to fetch remaining data which is available, 12 records. No department 10. No department 10. And if you go and verify this, audit history, describe history, it will give you audit history about the delta table. And first we created a table, initial version. Version 1, you see we deleted the data, the delete operation. And which you can go and get the data using time travel. Go and get a previous version data using this version number, or using this timestamp. Okay, so version 0 and version 1. So how to fetch this? So select star from the table version as of 0. So version as of 0 means which you are going to read initial version data before delete. Now this will have a department 10. You see this. This is called time travel using version number. Select star from a table, which version you are looking for. I'm looking for 0 version data. Before delete operation, I'm looking for that data you can see here. That is version as of or timestamp as of which you need to give this timestamp, exact timestamp from audit history. This is the audit history table and which you can go given a single quote. So particular timestamp basis. This is timestamp basis. So that's the latest timestamp and the old timestamp, this one, which you can go and get that timestamp basis. Now you can see department 10 data. And even if you want to restore this data, even you can restore that. Restore table, delta table, which we can restore that we'll see in another video. So today we are just understanding what is a time travel and audit log. So time travel always depends on your existing transaction data. So that you can find in this Audit history here. Every transaction, whatever you insert, update, delete, merge, truncate, all these operations are tracking here. Okay, even if you delete all the data, okay, and delete from this table, entire table data. So it is deleting entire table data. Data has been deleted. Let's go and query this. Table does not have any data. It's empty. And now go and verify the describe history. That table history, we did a delete operation. Even operation earlier, we used the filter condition. You say this department number 10, the predicates, okay? Now the predicate is true. So entire table is going to delete the data. It's deleted, and which version it is, which user ID it is, and which username it is, which version number was the timestamp. So this is about time travel audit history. So Delta, one of the major feature is time travel and audit history, which you can go and get 30 days. So the default configuration for time travel is 30 days, which you can control increase or decrease. Even we can, if you don't need the 30-day snapshots. So every version is one snapshot. Okay, I'll show you in a backend. So whenever you do a transactions, right, every time it will create a separate version snapshot Pocket files. So go to this table location and the user and the hive and the warehouse. So this location, you can find the data files, version Pocket data files. Even we deleted data, by the backend, it will have a every time, every transaction, it will be keeping that transaction. Okay. So in this folder, if you go to this underscore delta log, so here you can find the version JSON files. So that is called audit log version. Sorry. Inside the table, underscore delta log folder will be there. So that folder will be tracking a complete audit log. You see, whenever you do transaction, it will be creating a JSON file. Backend, it will create a JSON file. Even you can read that. Even just I'm going to show you in a direct file, JSON file. You see this. Commit information, delete operation we did, predicate true, which notebook it is, which user ID it is, which username it is, which notebook ID, which cluster ID. So reader version, isolation, okay, and removed bytes, number of files removed, and number of deleted rows, 12 rows, and which Databricks version. Okay, so complete information you can see here. So that is called audit log. Audit log will be there in a separate folder called underscore delta log. There you can find the complete information in JSON version JSON files. Every transaction it is going to track a separate new JSON file. And metadata also will be available in a CRC files. If you go to the CRC file, this is a CRC file. It will be there in a same location. Just I'll show you that. Okay, so here statistics will be there, even metadata will be there. So statistics and metadata, you see this metadata column names, all the column names, you see this from here. Metadata, internally it will be tracking a metadata ID and that metadata. And number of files, a table size, because it's empty now, because we deleted all the data, nothing is available. And the statistics also will be available here, partition columns. Okay, a minimum reader version, minimum writer version. So that transaction protocol also will be available here. Okay, and total size in bytes. So if you have a file, so that statistics will be available. So similarly, previous CRC file, previous version CRC, previous version JSON, even that also you can find here. So every version, it is going to manage CRC and JSON files. So previous we have a data file, right? That data file statistics, you can see this. Size of the file and file name, number of records, 15 records, and the file name with the location. So this is the Pocket file. It's a path, and all columns, every column minimum value, maximum value. So CRC file, it will be having a statistics, metadata. You say this. Okay. So this is about a transaction log, audit log. Audit log will be managed separate in a separate folder called underscore delta log folder. There it will manage the two type formats, CRC file and the JSON files. And whenever you do optimize, again every 10 transactions, it is going to create a separate. So when it comes to, if you are doing a 10 transactions, right, so it will have a summarized file internally it will be keeping summarized file. So three versions, 0, 1, 2 versions. So three versions are there. Always versioning start with 0, minimum 0, then sequence numbers. For that, you can see CRC file and JSON file. So this is about Timetravel audit log in Delta format, which you can go and get any time version, anytime, or any version data. Even audit log also, you can find that. That is called describe history. Describe history. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. See you in another video. In another video, we'll understand more into vacuum, how to remove older snapshots, and restore, how to restore the data. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.